Thank you all so much for stopping by today. I was just about to get ready to plant up some things for the fall, and I said, wait a minute, I got to show y'all what I got because I went to one of my favorite spots, County Farm. We have done various videos in the past. This is a place where you can go. They have so much variety. They sell to wholesale accounts as well as the public, but it was so beautiful, so amazing. And so after long hard days of working, I felt like it's fall time. It's starting to feel like fall. It's time to treat myself, and so I am going to the farm. And so I just got up one morning and I went there. Now I know that we haven't been doing our lives, and I will let y'all know what has been going on. So to be notified when we're going live, just go ahead, click the subscribe button, tap the bell. But we're going to go ahead, get those back started, and we do have a few changes that are coming, but I will definitely let you know. So make sure that you're subscribed so you can keep up with what's going on. So let me show you my fall plant haul. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So first up is like a fall / spring favorite flower, especially during those months where you want to see color. Plant you some pansies. So we got this particular mix right here. They were not blooming, so it looks good. Some of them are starting to bloom. We have different color variations with this particular variety, but they just have those big pansy blooms. So we went ahead and we planted some of those, and we still have more to plant around in the garden. So this is a kind of mixture flat of some of the most beautiful, striking plants that I saw, and I just start picking them up. So my favorite that really drew my eye was this Nemesia. This is a purple bicolor Nemesia. We've had these in the garden before. They had so many beautiful colors. They had pink and yellow. They had white. They had white and pink. But this one, I don't know, for some odd reason, the bloom color, it just struck me. And so we got, I want to say either 4 or 5 of these, but they are really pretty. And for us, they do like a little bit of cooler temps. Like we planted these one season in fall, and then they stayed to spring as well. So we have those. Now, I'm going to be honest, the purpose of me going down there, and this happens as gardeners, if this has happened to you, put it in the comments. And I want to share this with you because although we have good intentions, sometimes things happen. So earlier this year, I had a purple sage plant. I didn't pot the purple sage plant. I didn't water the purple sage plant like I should have. So it kind of took a back burner, if you will. And so it died. Seriously, I'll be honest with y'all. And so I went seriously down there. Although it doesn't look purple now, this is the purple sage plant. The leaves will probably darker as it gets cooler. But so we picked up 2 of those, and although I've started planting the pansies, I promise y'all this is the next thing that's going to be planted. We're going to plant these in containers. I think I'm looking at 2 pots right now that I'm actually going to switch out, and we're going to put the purple sage in those 2 pots because we did get 2. The next thing I got was some orange mint. You can always just dry these and put these in teas. It does take on a small citrus undertone, not like the chocolate mint that we have, but it does have like a small citrus undertone to it. So we got 1 of those. Now, remember, I always tell people who want to grow mint, put them in a pot, because they will and they can take over if you put them in ground or like a raised bed. In my experience, yes, they will take over. And it's like, even when you think that you have pulled it up, they will come back because they grow from the rhizomes underneath the soil. And so they just keep growing even when you think you've gotten rid of it. Next thing we got here is I wanted to do a fall floral arrangement. So we got some creeping Jenny right here. This is what would be our spiller. So a lot of times when I create the container gardens, I always go with a thriller, which is like an upright plant, a filler, which is just something to fill in, and a spiller to kind of fill over. That's kind of like the basic ingredient of a container garden: thriller, filler, spiller. Next thing we have is the pineapple sage, which smells so good. The place I had it in the garden earlier this year, it didn't make it. And see, these are things that happen. If it doesn't make it, it doesn't mean that, something went wrong. It maybe didn't like the space. It might have been too hot for the for the pineapple sage. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try it in a different spot, and we will see what happens. But the not the purple, why do I keep saying purple sage? Because that was really why I took the trip to the farm. But the pineapple sage really smells good, and they have some beautiful red spiked flowers when they do bloom. Next thing is French lavender. It smells so good. The leaves smell so good, but we got some French lavender that we're going to pot up. We already have lavender in the garden, but why not just make it more fragrant? How about that? Let's make it a little bit more fragrant, and go ahead and put some more French lavender. And then the last thing on this flat right here, we got these early spring. They're so beautiful that I wanted some more. I'm gonna get a little bit closer. I just absolutely love the color and the throat of the flower, like the yellow down in the flower, followed by like it almost, I don't know if you all can pick it up, it is kind of like a black, and then it has the hot pink outer edges to it. So this is the Calabricoa, and what do they call this one? Goodnight Kiss. The Goodnight Kiss Calabricoa. One of my favorite flower that every time I see it, it just really speaks sunshine to me. But for us here in Zone 8B, we can actually plant these in the fall, and then they kind of overwinter, and then they'll still bloom, come back in spring, because when it really gets really hot here in those hottest months, they don't do as well. So I'm going to go ahead, plant this flat of calendula in the garden. And what I love to do with calendula, first, this is the bun mix here. But what I love to do with calendula is I love to make calendula salve. You can make calendula oil. That's very good for your skin. And then you can actually use calendula in tea as well. But this is going to go ahead and get in the garden to start growing. But you know what? I just had to get a whole flat of it. We do start calendula from seeds, but we're going to go ahead and put these in because right now, y'all, our grow rack is full, and that's okay. It's okay that if you get transplants or if you start from seeds, it is okay as long as you grow. Now, if you want to know when the time is right for you to start seeds for your area, for your growing zone, go ahead, click the link in the bio and get the Seed Starting Masterclass. This is going to go over everything you need to know to determine when you're supposed to plant and grow from seeds, whether it's flowers, vegetables, or herbs. So I can already see some of them that are starting to get blooms on them as well, but this is like a whole flat of calendula. Okay, so here's something I totally didn't need to pick up, but it just looked so pretty as I was walking by, and I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and kick off the fall, right? Let's go ahead and pick up some romaine lettuce. Now, we grow major lettuce here. We got so many started from seeds, but this is going to jumpstart us. This will jumpstart us until the other ones get mature enough for us to pick. And then right here, these are Iceland poppies, and so they have been blooming various colors. They're really pretty, but this is another plant where we can plant in the fall, let it overwinter, and then they come back next spring and really start putting out beautiful blooms. And then over here we got another type of mint. This is the pineapple mint. So we got a pineapple sage and a pineapple mint. And so y'all see what I just did. For some odd reason, when it comes to fragrances, I just love to, herbs and different fragrant plants, I love to just smell the leaves of them. And this is, like I said, also a great way to add different things into our cooking, into our teas, into our baking. But it's so many different things that you can do with mint. So far we grow like regular mint, spearmint, chocolate mint, this pineapple mint, and then I think I also have like a mojito mint as well. But the poppies are so pretty, and you can cut them off and just make a flower arrangement with them. But they're really pretty, and so far the colors that have bloomed were red. It was like a kind of like a champagne pink color, but it's all various colors in here. And the great surprise is you don't know the color until it actually blooms. I want you to look at this color just for a few seconds. Isn't it such a beautiful color? I love it. And I love that the blooms are really big as well. And so it looks like each flower, like it's the same color palette, but different variations of hue with it. Some are a little bit lighter than each other. Some are a little bit darker, but these are really pretty. And so again, every fall and spring, we definitely grow pansies. It's just a beautiful way to add color to the garden, you know, when everything else has kind of calmed down or went to sleep. Great way to add colors. But what always goes with pansies? So you can't have pansies without Dusty Miller. These are a different variety than what I have grown in the past, but I just love the foliage on it, the color variation with it. You know, it's kind of like a light, almost like a white, and then it goes to green. But these are going to go with our pansies in the garden, and they're going to be so beautiful like they are each and every single year. So this was our fall trip. You know, you guys know, I told you most of the time I take a trip at least 2 to 3, sometimes 2 to 4 times per year. Now they did have a lot of other vegetables out like cabbages and onions, but we've went ahead and greens. We've went ahead and started some from seed, and we're going to try to do our succession planting. So I didn't want to get too many of those because we still have peppers and tomatoes that are blooming in the garden, although we're about to get ready to start really turning those over and just keeping what we can into the very end. So as always, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you share this video with your family and your friends. If you are not a subscriber, we would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber, so make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, bye bye.